Hey, what's up, everybody? This is J Rock right here from Cali Reviews. I'm here with my special guest. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Russell Anderson.
And I'm Titan Fragrances, Noe Cruz.
All right, today we're gonna be talking just about fragrances, just random chit chat about what we wore today. Maybe talk a little bit of how our applying varies depending on the fragrance you wear and so forth, and we'll answer some questions in the chat and so forth, and we'll take it from there. So, what you guys wearing today?
Go ahead, Russell.
You want to start with your own?
Yeah,
You
start
go
with
ahead.
yours. With
Who's that?
Okay, I'll start with mine. Mine is, hang on, I got to get used to this going backwards. This one's called True Gent, and it's actually by Avon. It's an Avon product, and it's one of those that are kind of slept on. It made the fall list and then made an honorable mention in our winter list. But come to find out, after all the testing of it, this is going to be one of those that is actually going to be one of those vanillas you're going to be able to wear in the summer. That's how nice it is, and it's not going to be super cloying. The other good thing about Avon, they actually print it. This isn't a tester. They put the notes right on the back, so it's real nice. And that's a good scent. No, what do you got?
Hey, I am.
Hi.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Answer Sam Broom's question here. I messaged you link. Check your Facebook. Check your Facebook Messenger for my name. You should have the link right there. Just click it and go ahead and hop on.
For
Okay,
me, I got Dua's Caribbean Casino. Actually, a kind of fresh acquisition. So I know it hasn't macerated perfectly, but man, this thing, like the virgin olive water, the lime on this thing, it just pops. It was a pretty hot day this morning or throughout the day, and I just love virgin olive water. And then with the sweetness of that Baccarat Rouge, and what I like about the Dua ones is that I don't get like what a lot of people say, the Baccarat normally has that latexy kind of scent off of it. I don't really get it as much. I think they really focus more on just a little bit of the sweetness, but the virgin olive water on this one is so tropical. It's so, man, juicy. The lime is just it's very, very, very sharp and loud, and it's a feel good fragrance for me. It smells so good. I definitely am going to be wearing this a lot during the summertime, or at least some things with the Caribbean and the Duas, because I do like Duas as their projection and longevity. They definitely do stay on you. So that was my take today.
Yeah. Do you notice, or is it just me? Because I had the Sunshine Man. It's called Aurora Borealis, and they had I noticed that it was not a skin tint, but it was a soft projector. But when I'm walking around on the street and it's hot, or I'm moving around, it starts projecting louder with the heat from the sun.
Heat. Okay, yeah.
Or I was curious if it was all Duas or if it was just that particular one.
I don't have that one. I know that.
What's up?
I mean,
What's up, Sam?
what's going on? So,
Do you have
all the ones I got project?
Do you have the genre version?
Who's that?
You of Virgin Island water? Mm-hmm.
No, what's that? Angean water, or which one is that one? That's my next on my list because I know
Anguillian water. That's the one that I have.
Yes, I want to get that one because I think you had mentioned it, and man, I have Virgin Island water from Creed, but it's like I said, smells great, just trash performance.
14 hours later, you're still you take your shirt off for the night, you're done, and it's like it's right there. It's a screamer.
I like that. I'm gonna that's on my next genre buy list. I already have it made out, so I'm ready.
I'm still trying to get my hand on some of that genre stuff, man. I can't get my hands.
Waiting for the windows.
I know.
Well,
it makes it kind of a fun thing to try to get it.
I'll be honest. You should be in the neighborhood and watch now because they just had the sale, and so sometimes I grab stuff that's thrown up there as a lot. Someone has 6 that they bought. They don't like them. They're getting rid of them to buy 6 more, and I'll buy their lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something to watch for.
Mm.
I'm actually texting Chad. Chad just called me. Why I just went live.
We gotta have him on next time. Him and
I let him know.
Yeah, we gotta have him and Rush on. My scent of the day was this one. It's pouring out here today. It's been pouring all March and even in April. It's
Y'all get much.
Is it-
Vanille
Y'all get
from Frank Olivier. Oud Vanille. It's a nice one. It has all the same notes as the Oud Touch from their line, but I think I like this one a little more. The other one's a little more dank and more. They're both strong performance, but this one I find to be a little sweeter, and the other one is like a heavier, dirty rose. And this one has that rose, but it has some sweetness to it too. I've been really digging it. I was wearing it today in the rain. I got home soaking wet when I got here, and it was still projecting pretty good though.
Today I'm wearing it's a cheapie and I got it. I've been trying to wear it for the long because I haven't had time to, and I just actually pulled it out because I was organizing some of my fragrances. But it's called Cultivated Collection Absolute, and it's actually a true fragrance cologne. It's the EDC, and it's pretty damn good. I mean, it's got a nice sweet note to it. It's got some notes on the front. It says smoked vetiver, cardamom, and suede amber, and it actually smells damn good. I like it a lot. It's
What's the longevity on that one?
You're looking at about like 3 to 4 hours tops. I mean, it gets really close to the skin, but it's EDC, so it ain't
That's
gonna
about
last.
what I get with this.
Good
Yeah,
for
it's
cologne.
But it smells so good. That's Chad calling me.
What brand was that, Sam?
Michael's asking about the 14-hour frag. That was we were talking about Anguillian Waters from Genre and taking your shirt off at the end of the night there, Michael.
This one is actually by that fragrance house called True Fragrances. True Fragrances is the one that's making all those fragrances that you see out the box in like TJ Maxx and Ross and all that. And I know Russ, you and James did a lot of their stuff, man. I mean,
I like them.
I like them a lot. They have one called I think it's called Lime and Cedar. They have one called Lime and Cedar, and it's really it's a dope scent. It's one of those scents that you spray on. It's like a dumb reach you spray on when you run errands and stuff like that. Yeah. It's an amazing scent. It smells really good.
What's the price point on that? Like $15-20, something like that?
I actually got the price still on it right now. If you look at it.
Oh yeah.
$12.99. I haven't seen since I bought it. I haven't seen them since. I mean, it's kind of funny with True Fragrance. Like you'll wind up catching some, and then all of a sudden you won't see.
They're
gone. It's like, and then when you go on their website, they don't even have anything listed on their website at all. Like they only have a few things that they're actually doing. And I think it's that Joseph Upside or something like that, or Sue, that they advertise. But other than that, you don't find their fragrances often. Like this line right here, this is the line. I mean, I have this one here, this Absolute. I have Summit, and I'm actually testing all these today. And it's Impact. I had Impact on this hand. This is a nice, soft, sweet fragrance as well. But these are EDC, so you get everybody know what EDC is not going to last long.
And those bottles look dope, though. I like the bottle design that they got going on.
It actually look like a Labo. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying about like Armaf and stuff like that. You don't have to do all that the crazy
the gaudy
ass bottles to sell your stuff. Simple bottles like this sells better than the crap that they got right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just nonsense to me. I ain't for all that.
Some people like that in your face.
Yeah. Yep. They do.
Hey Sam, you have any Givenchy fragrances?
Givenchy?
Yeah, Givenchy, Gentleman Only, or any of those?
Yeah, I
That's
have
a good one.
I have quite a few Givenchy. I have I know Russ did his top 10 relaxing fragrance. I know one of them was Givenchy Pie. And I was always, every time I buy a fragrance, when I was getting fragrances, I mean, because I don't buy too often anymore because I'm just not happy with the way the fragrance game is right now as far as like creativeness. But I was always buying the extreme. Like if pie is that pie out there and then there's extreme, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna buy the extreme instead of buying the regular pie. Right. So I have pie. I have a couple of the gentleman's own. Well, one of the gentlemen only, which is the newest one, the latest one that came out. I want to get the cologne. I don't have the cologne yet. I really want that one. That one smells pretty decent. And then I have some of the other ones that they have, but I have quite
for you. I just picked this up today. It's gentlemen only Givenchy Casual Chic. Have you ever tried this one?
That one right there smells good. I had a sample of that, and that smells damn good.
How's the projection on it to you?
Again, you're looking at like 4 to 5 hours, and then they get close to the skin.
Crazy in the house.
This smells, I'm starting to smell it, but when I first sprayed it, I couldn't smell anything.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's real.
Nah.
But right now, I sprayed it about 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes. I'm starting to get like a very light orange. So I was debating if it was real. I wanted to ask you if you've ever seen the bottle. What about you? I'm making sense. When you got your Gentleman, is the one I have. Okay, Givenchy Gentleman. This one is Gentleman only, but Casual Chic. When you bought yours, did the box come with this? With a sleeve like this one? Because this one came with the sleeve.
You know what's funny? Like I never seen too many sleeves like that. Like
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask the audience and everybody. Usually, my experience with the fragrances that have got this sleeve have been fake.
Yeah, so definitely.
If anybody's bought this before, does it come with a sleeve? That way, I know to. I mean, I'm considering returning it. But
yeah, I will return it, man.
An orangey smell now, but I wasn't getting anything at first.
Where'd you get it from?
eBay. And I think the seller just had like 200 sales.
I will return it, man, because like I said, I never seen a real fragrance company come with it. Actually, you know what? Hold on, let me change that because I think I have one by Calvin Klein that had a sleeve, and I got that from Macy's, and I think it was like Encounter or something like that.
Yeah, some have sleeves, but I want to know if this particular one, the Givenchy line, has sleeves or not.
Yeah, before we were live, I showed him this one because I got it from the store, and that actually comes with the sleeve.
Right, there's some do come with the sleeve.
I've never seen one in TJ Maxx that still has the sleeve. Usually those are open, and you may get the box.
Right.
Hey, FJ, when you smell this one, what do you get? Just like a light orange? You said you got a soft projecting orange, huh, Sam?
That one, no, it was like a citrus top. Like it's different than any other Givenchy's. There's only one really the Givenchy that I wear often, like and that's Exodus or something like that. Mm-hmm. But other than that, and Givenchy Gentleman, Intense or Extreme or something like that. That's the only two I really wear often. The other ones, man, sometimes when you buy these fragrances, man, when you're collecting, and I'm looking at Titan's background, and it's like you got 1,000, and like all of us do. It's like you said it once before because I was watching a video the other day, and you was like, it don't make sense to buy a 100 ml bottle because that's way more than juice than you're gonna need. But sometimes what happens, you look at the price point, it's like it makes sense to buy the 100 because the 50 doesn't weigh out, But then you stuck with a bunch of juice that you can't really do nothing with because you got 1,000 fragrances that you're still trying to run through,
Start wearing.
If you have a big collection,
start wearing 3 at once.
Yeah, if you have a big collection, I always say it. If the guys with a big collection, then I'd say 30 mils. But the people that are only going to rotate 5 in a whole, then go with the bigger bottle but for everyone else, it's going to go above, and most of the people in our community are probably going to go above the 20, 30 bottle mark. Yeah, and it really becomes. I'd rather have 4 bottles of lesser fragrance that I can rotate through and then maybe use one up, than to have 100 ml bottle that I'm not going to put that big of a dent in. And for me, I'm a collector. I some of these I'm getting because my collection's already got the 100 ml, so I'm going to probably just continue on. So that's just the collector person.
Colors of the bottle and
yeah. So, but man, from here out, that's why I like everything from genre and Sensual Obsessions, and I want to try like Alexandria and Babylon
Happy
and all
Land.
these. Happy Land, yeah, they great. I mean, they come in a 1 ounce, dude. That's what I don't care if the it does still. I'm not saving anything if the dollar price per mil is less, but I'm still I'm buying so much more and I'm never using it. You know,
Yeah,
and to
I
my
agree with
and to each their own. I'm not trying to tell people how to buy. I'm just making a recommendation as when I was started as started just fragrances. Period. You think, oh yeah, I'm going to wear this one, but then as you get into the game a little bit more, all of a sudden, well, you know, I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to pick this one up. And before long, all you've been picking up is the bigger, better deals, 100 mLs, but now you got 20 of them.
Yeah,
And
like with toilet paper
that's,
and stuff, when they're like buy 4 get 1 free. It's like, do you really need 4 big packs though?
yeah, I mean, it's just, that's just my opinion. I'm not, everyone is a grown individual. They can spend their money how they want. I'm just
Right.
from a standpoint of rotations, and I think everyone eventually, I think, evolves into that where they want to have more of a rotation. And they everyone I used to at work, that when I started talking to them more about fragrances, they were like, man, I have 2. I didn't even know there's really a difference between fall and winter and summer. And then when I
Yeah.
explain it to them, and they start getting exposed to it, they're like, oh, that makes sense, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, for us, it's second nature. We all talk about it. We all see it in the community. We all, you know, are kind of almost in that mindset of, well, I'm waiting for fall because I want these darker. I want the tobacco. I want the, you know, the richer, boozier fragrances. Or hey, I've been enough in the fall and the winter. I'm trying to get into these citruses, you know, and stuff. You know, that's how we are. But you
Right.
know, I guess you know,
Let me see
for
this
me,
question
it's
right
just
here.
not
XM,
saving.
oh, I was gonna say my bad. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off.
I'm done.
Yeah, it says right here. XM says that the Russian Federation on eBay sells watered down fragrances. Yeah, no, they sell you just complete fake fragrances. They're not even real water. They're not real fragrances that are watered down. They're just not real at all. I returned so many fragrances there, and it's how they say if the deal sounds too good, is usually
Yes.
because it's not real. And at first I was always like, oh, nah, it's a
Man.
good deal. I gotta go for it. After like 4 or 5 of them, I was like, you know what? Whenever it says Russia, I'm not even gonna bother anymore because they're always fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never buy it when it says Russia on eBay. It's like 95% chance it's gonna be fake. But this one was from the United States. But I don't know. Even if I don't know, I'm gonna give it a full wearing tonight and tomorrow. And if I'm not liking what I'm smelling here, or if I'm still like unsure of it, I think I'm gonna return it. So again, anybody
Yeah.
I'll
watching,
stick with
if
your
you buy
gut,
a
man.
Givenchy, gentleman, does your box come like this? Does your box come like this with a sleeve and then the box like
I
this
think
one does?
Ashton over at GentSense did the best buying guide and talking about the
Yeah.
Federation and talking about sleeves, and his video was probably the best, you know,
Yeah.
100% comparison and what you're looking for. And yours, like you were showing us, hits all those bells that are like, oh, this will be an alert to red flag yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched that video. Matter of fact, I watched that video a couple times. I normally
Yeah,
like
that's a great video. It has
when I buy.
mad views too. It has mad views, and it's a long like hour something video, and it has a lot of views because it's very informative. It's a great video to watch when you're just starting. That should be one of the first videos you watch. Is that
Yeah.
You know, like on eBay, you can if you look at the eBay seller and you actually see something that you like, it will actually tell you on the eBay website, like as you looking at that fragrance that you're looking at, it will tell you if you actually bought from that person before. So normally what I do is I try to if I'm buying something off eBay at the beginning stages of this, I was buying from the same person, so I know I was getting something legit. You know, you understand? Like I wasn't trying to fish and trying to find something. If it's from somebody I'm familiar with or familiar with doing business with, and it was legit, I stick with them. But like I said, now there's really honestly, other than that Pasha Parfums, there's really nothing out there that's, to me, and this is just my opinion, that's worth buying. Honestly,
Wowing, just wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing out there that's shocking you, that's going to make you say, I have something completely different than something else in my collection to go buy. Nah. That's why a lot of my stuff that I'm going over, I'm going back, I'm going through my collection, I'm finding old stuff or finding something different. Like, I mean, even this by here, again, this is a true fragrance cologne. It's like I never reviewed this and I never really gave it much time. And once I did, I'm like, man, that's something different than what I had before, you know. Even with Central Obsessions, that Lime in the Sky. This Lime in the Sky is an amazing. I have never smelled anything like this ever, and this is an amazing scent. So much so, my son normally digs into my collection, and he normally goes for one fragrance and one fragrance only, and that's the Gucci by Gucci Guilty. When he smelled this, we was in South Carolina. I had to call Kev immediately, and I'm like, listen. He's trying to take this little sample for me. He loves this, you know. He wants to be the face of this fragrance right here, this Lime in the Sky. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that video.
Remember that? So
yeah,
Kev actually sent him a full bottle. He when he came back from Canada after they shut the borders down, the one thing he said, he's like, I gotta give me another bottle of this. This is amazing. You know, this is, I mean, but again, it's about being creative, man. Like, we don't have in the fragrance game, people just, we're buying because it's impulse now. You know
yeah, well, a lot of it is because I mean, 90%. I mean, I could even say myself 3 years ago. Even right now, I like some creative scents, but not a lot of them. Some I wear just to spray here and just I want to smell it. There's nothing I'm gonna really plan to wow anybody with. And
Right.
And most people want something practical. They don't want 100 fragrances. They want 3 or 4 that are gonna get used for occasions that are gonna work on occasions they need them for. Once you have 100, you don't need those anymore because you already got 50 of those. You want something different just to play with.
Well, that goes back to what Noah was saying, though, and it's kind of like a transition. They can watch from like my first videos all the way to the tail end videos where I was saying full bottle or nothing. You know, that's the way it is. And then it's like, no, I only want a 30. A 30 is great because I can't even cycle through a 30 throughout the year. I could wear right now a different fragrance 365 days and never touch the bottle again.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, why do I need 100? I mean, this is great because of the price and everything. And we really did it gimmicking up the channel back then. Was like, it was outlaw and it was for his birthday. And it was, you know, it was a special occasion that we did this one. And that's why I got the full size bottle. But if houses are doing littler ones, I started that sampling samples when we were just pulling samples. And that's another one of those progression things. A lot of reviewers, new or old, still think that you have to have this full-size bottle to actually do a review with. When in actuality, we can take these samples now and show them, hey, look, you can pick. We tell them, buy a decant, buy this, buy that. But then we always have to have the full-size bottle. I can do a review off of 30, or I could do it off of 10 or a 2. And it's just one of those things where I was praising Noah about his collection behind him. That gives him that substance to say, hey, look, he's got the experience with all those, so you can trust your nose.
Yeah, I'm amazed by Noah's background, man. That's
I know.
I got a little secret. I got a little fake paper up here, like.
It's, it's green. It's green. It's a green.
Move out the way. No, move out the way so I can take a screenshot of your background so I can put that on mine.
I'm putting it back here too, like.
Aussie,
crazy, man.
Aussie Fragrance. Y'all know Mark over down in Aussie Fragrance?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He actually stole my backdrop, put it on his
That was a good video
screen.
too.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's good.
So in the comments, we've had Trey jump in, Fragrance Journey jump in, Centralized jump in, Cheap Sense, Keats jumped in, Bro Sense tagged you. No, I don't know if you're able to see the comments, but he said he tagged you in a video, so be looking for it after this one.
I'll check it out for sure.
No,
I've just been
popular dude right now, Noah.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm deeply humbled by that. I don't know.
Ain't nothing, man. Good people good people gravitate towards each other, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about right there.
And it's about helping each other. Like I was going through like my tag video when I was tagging everyone, I was trying to say how many subscribers they had, because it's like to be able to get people over that hump. You know, that 500 mark, that 1,000 mark, 2,000, 3,000.
I appreciate you, Russ. I appreciate that. You know, gradually I'm getting there, and I look. I'm not in no rush. I'm not in no rush. I mean, I do it because I like to do it. I love freight. I love to smell good. You know what I'm saying? I buy for me. I buy for my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I like the game. So I'm gonna get there someday. It doesn't matter. Right now, actually, I'm trying to help my granddaughter get her page is doing better than mine. And she just started hers 3 or 4 days ago. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, it helps. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys have watched my Keep 4 for Life tag video. I was tagged by Joy Amin.
Oh wow.
He is a bigger reviewer. So I did the video, and since I was tagged by him, all of a sudden I got like 25 subscribers, and just because of that video, it bumped up 25 subscribers, and they have way more views than any of my other videos. So that stuff does help a lot. And I like to thank him too if he's watching, because that that bumped me up a little. I usually get maybe like 5 a month, and I got like 25 and just because of that one video.
Yeah, Joyce, who started my top 10 one too. He tagged me in that, and that's how that started. Because I wasn't going to do it. I was just trying to put up the content that was still out there, and he tagged me. And I was like, well, I can't turn it down. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So it's Joy. Right. Joy just asked me. I got to do that one. Okay.
Yeah. So Joy's a good guy. Joy's a good guy.
You can definitely tell he does it out of love. It's not for the fame or anything like that.
It's passion for collecting and so forth. Yeah, you could tell.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I don't even think he monetizes his video. Like I don't have anything against monetized videos, but I don't even think he does that.
He doesn't. I wish he would at least just put one right in the very beginning, because that would help him financially.
Yeah, that
he'd be able to buy more.
The middle. Yeah, I don't have a problem with ads and stuff on the videos. What I don't like is like this one guy. He made a video where he put an ad like every 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So I had like 10 ads. All right, immediately I watched half of that video, like a minute into it, had like 3 ads already. I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna finish watching the video.
Click off.
Subscribe.
You know what? I honestly, I gotta be real. Jensen's did that the other day. He had like 6 or 7 in his video. Dude, I had to cut off that goddamn thing. I'm like, fuck that. I can't do it because it just makes the video that much longer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I love him. I watch his videos all the time, but this one particular video got too many ads in it. It's way too long. I gotta move on. Actually, and I moved on and I watched Russ's video on the 10 relaxing fragrances, because I know I got tagged in it. So I was like, okay, let me watch that, because I got that one coming out. Chad just hit me up and asked me for a video, so I got a lot of things I got going on within this 1 week. But
are you doing the feel happy one?
Yeah,
the feel happy one.
I got the fragrance. Man, I just it's tough. It's tough sometimes when you're doing stuff like that, because it's like
1 minute. It's a short.
I got more than 10 that's gonna make me feel good. But
yeah, and then you got to narrow it down to just one bottle out of the whole collection. You're like,
right,
okay, and I'm just at work, and I probably have 100 bottles here. And it's like, then you got to narrow it down. It's like,
there's some that when I spray it,
sometimes he loses connection.
It makes me happy. It makes me so happy. I actually, the Pasha Parfums. I'm a Cartier head. I love Cartier, and they don't get the love that they deserve. Cartier makes some of the best fragrances on the planet. Period. But they're not that big house like Chanel, Dior, and all them other ones. So they'll get that love. But if you actually if you go fragrance by fragrance, there's not too many fragrances that's going to smell better than Cartier. So Cartier got that Pasha that just came out, and I actually sprayed it on my hand the other day when I got it in. I got
a red bottle.
It's the clip. Hold on, I'll get it for you. Matter of fact, give me 1 second.
I know there's a Pasha Sport one, I think, or Noir Sport.
I have pretty much all the. I'm a Pasha fan, so I got
your video is what got me. I've got one saved in my Amazon shopping cart to save for later.
Is it the Noir or the Sport?
I'm on the phone, so no, it's not the Sport one. It's the one that you show with the glass, and then it's shoved up in there. But Keith showed it, and it's the full bottle. The one that I have is the full bottle one, the thick bottle.
Okay, so This one right here. This is the Pasha Parfum. Try to get it in the camera. When I tell you this is an amazing scent. This is something so elegant and so upscale, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I spent $53 for this.
Yeah, the price point on them is on discounters is great, man.
Well, even regular price, you only spend it's $123 for this bottle. This is a test bottle, so it's missing the Pasha cap.
Yeah.
The Roadster cap.
I think what I'm going to wind up doing, I want to buy the original bottle, and I'm gonna use this as a backup when I run out of that one, because this is going to probably be my signature scent. This is probably going to be my signature scent. If you didn't get, when I smelled this, it actually makes me happy, because this is like, it's got density. Is
that the one with the mint?
Nah, this is like, it's got a slight cumin, some spices. It's amber. It's like,
oh, I love amber.
God, it's amazing. And like I said, they never get the love like they should. But actually, Sebastian just did his video on it. I know. I think I want to say Max did his.
Is that a recent release, Frank?
Yeah, this is 2020.
Okay, yeah.
This year.
If you get a chance, I'm telling you, you will not go wrong with this. This is amazing scent. Amazing scent. Yep.
I know my wife really liked that Pasha. I think it was a Noir Sport. It was like a red or maroonish looking bottle.
Noir Sport.
Yeah, she loved that one.
That's a great scent too. I'm telling you, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, so if you go Dior.
Hey, did your guys' stream, was it just my window, or did your guys' windows freeze too?
Yours.
It was just you. You fell off.
Okay, yeah, because my TV, my Xbox, my Netflix freeze too.
Yeah, it was just yours. But we was talking about Cartier, and it's like how they don't get that love. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you, man. I have regular Pasha Noir, Pasha Sport, and now Pasha Parfum. And again, this is probably gonna be my baby right here forever.
I think that one was 65 on Amazon.
For real? The original bottle?
Yeah. Let me go back on it real quick.
I would love to get
I can't go to my basket because I'm at work.
Gosh, it's a Cartier, right?
Yeah,
Pasha.
The Cartier, the Pasha line.
Cartier, but this is the Parfum.
Okay, I never tried any of their fragrances before.
They're good.
Cartier
Jay,
Parfum Men.
They are definitely
okay. The
good.
Posh, no, that's an eau de toilette. I'm trying to look around my phone. Hang on. Cartier Parfum, spray refillable, which looks like, is that the same one with the glass and then that's suspended inside?
No,
I think you're thinking of
that's Evolve.
Yeah, that's that's a different one.
All right, hang on.
No. What is it? Is Evolve, right? I got that bottle too.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but I know what he's talking about. Looks like it has a cylinder and the bottle's inside of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with that bottle is fragile. You gotta be careful.
That's what
real glass.
I think Ashton was talking about that one. Oh, of course. Yeah.
It looks like these are all EDT.
We got the king in there.
What up, Ro?
Yeah.
So we got a Cartier fan in the house.
That's right. But I thought he knows. Was the only fanboy of Cartier, because listen, I'm telling you, man, this one right here, and I want to say Hubagant's Royale. Those are my
that's the one. The Lenovo.
Lenovo.
You gotta ask the guru. You know,
that's the one I'm getting.
That's the one.
That's the honey based one.
Yeah, honey based. You put honey, amber, or vanilla, and I'm all over them.
Yeah, that's Russell's.
You hooked.
Yeah.
I hear that.
We got royalty in the house.
You get a chance.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch a video that's like if you're
Trey's giving
buying something, and something you never got your nose on, Robes is a good channel to watch because he'll give you a pretty good description of what scent to expect, basically.
Yeah, and he's thorough, and yeah, you could tell he's man. That's the one thing I always would go to him for that kind of stuff, because he's gonna make it. You know, he makes 20-30 minutes seem like it's only 10. He goes through everything. So I mean, that's the channel to go for that type of stuff.
It's the next best thing to actually smelling at the store to get an idea of what it is you're ordering in case they don't have it in your area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Robes and Cody was good at that. Like, I used to always watch their videos. Robes is probably the first one that I actually started watching. He was the original dude I started watching. Like, Robes is, to me, like the guru. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I began watching his videos, and I started buying from there. But him and Cody pretty much, Cody used to do the same thing pretty much like as Robes do. Like, they actually put the time in. They're not just going to go buy something and do the video tomorrow. Like, they study the video, they study it, they do research on it, they'll put it in the background. They might have something from 2020 that he might not review until the end of 2020 because he's still doing reviews on it, or 3 months later.
Yeah, he definitely has a process, and that works, of course.
Yeah, he study, man. That Robes, man. He
doesn't do like. I mean, we're guilty of it too. Every one of us. We get in 6 new ones, and we're first impressions, bam, and we want to put that video up there. It's like, get it up, get it out. I'm the one that's bringing this to market. It's an exclusive, and but he does. He takes his time and he breaks it down, and he'll tell you everything about it, and it's just impressive.
Yeah, a lot of videos now they're still. I mean, every channel serves its purpose. Like some are, how you said, they're there just to kind of show you what's new, so that you could know what to look for when you go to the store. Like, oh, let me try that new one they were talking about.
But if you want in depth,
describe what it smells like. They just tell you what's out there, what to look for.
Yeah, I'm kind of bad at that. Like I said, I don't have the time to put out the videos every week. You know what I'm saying? I try to as much as I can, but man, I'm guilty of loving my family, man. Like, if my son got a basketball game, me and my wife on the road, we gone. You know what I'm saying? If we can get my granddaughter has something, my grandson.
You're saying you love your family more than your fragrances?
Yeah. I know it sounds bad. Nah, but like I said, like I try, even some of the fragrances, I was trying to take them on the road. You know what I'm saying? And like, do a video in a hotel. My wife would be downstairs doing something or out shopping or something, and I try to do a video in the room. You know what I'm saying? But then it just got so much. I didn't want to take all the stuff with me, take my rig with me to try to do the video. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I mean, just enjoy your time and wait. You know what I'm saying? So, but
you're driving videos where you're going into work, and you show the bottle, he'd set it back down, and then he just talked to you on the way into work. That was cool.
I can't do it no more because right now we out of work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, where I'm driving to, I can't just. I don't want to just drive around and waste gas. I might just do that though. My wife still got to go to work because she in the health field, so I might do that.
Robes is claiming he's the damn grandpa of the game, is what he's saying now. So that's his comment.
I'm 50 years old. I'm about to be 50. I'll be 50 at the end of the year. He can have that title.
I think he's talking about like the way he makes the videos is old school.
Well, I think as a young and I think what happens with younger reviewers like myself and everyone in the game that starts out, you want to put that content out, you kind of measure. When I was in the sales field and stuff, one of my bosses one time would say, you're never as good, talking about numbers, because it's always numbers. You're never as good as you think you are by your numbers, but you're never as bad. So if you're not getting the views, you're not getting the subscribers, if you just pursue the passion, in my opinion, and do it, and I try, and I'm the same way, I'm inconsistent with it because of other things. I'm fortunate, very blessed to still have, a lot of work going on. But, so time-wise, it can be very challenging. I value my time to work out as well, so I don't want that to sacrifice. I got a home gym. So in my own personal life, I want to keep things in balance. And one thing I even said on my most recent video, the time and effort, I didn't know how much time went on in the background, both in the filming, the preparation, the editing, even the minimal editing I do, and just some of the research that goes into it, and to try to, I'm very conscientious. I want to put out something that people get value out of, that I'm not shooting out my ass on it, something like that. I want it to be, quality, even though
you
I'm
wanted to
new.
have some substance.
Yes, and so I can see the pitfalls that happens with a lot of young guys like myself, that you want to get anxious to put videos out every day or every day, so that you get viewed up higher on the matrix, or however the YouTube puts you out there. But at the end of the day, if it's crap, then it's not going to be well worth it. So just I try to now look at it that I'll put out a quality video when I can put it out, and not be so much worried about putting out so many. And I don't have to be the first one, because they're not, everyone else has already done whichever video they want to do. I just want to put my own personal take on it and spin.
Like in YouTube, the first two things they tell you that the two most important things is consistency, like to make one every 2 or 3 days, don't do one like a month, like keep on coming. And also, like, I think to get it out, share it on your other social medias and so forth, and get other people to share them. Those are it's like the advertising. If you don't advertise Versace, they may not be better than a lot of other fragrances, but they got the commercials, they got the billboards, so that's what people are gonna hear about. Same with the videos.
Yeah, and burnout is one of those things that is real. You come in and you're like a firecracker, or a Roman candle, and you're just shooting up and you finally just hit a plateau or a wall, and it's no longer fun, and it becomes a whole nother job. And so you're trying to balance your work, your home life, and then this other, what becomes a career, its own monster. And instead of getting excited because you just bought a box of fragrances and you're going to take a look at every one of them, you're like, shoot, I got to do this video about this box of video. There's 20 fragrances in there. You know what I'm saying? And so you start fighting your own self, and is it fun anymore? And you got to question that in yourself, because when you hit that wall, I've got 13,000 people on our Facebook on a high kill shelter. That's like unheard of for a high kill shelter to have that many. So you have to take that and account for, okay, do I keep doing YouTube? Because there for a while on my personal Facebook, I was asking people, do you even look at my YouTube for the animal stuff? Mm-hmm. It's like, I have this Facebook, I could just do it over there. And to be honest, when I got with Outlaw Frags, it was to take myself away from the stress of my regular job. And it was fun. And it was like, oh my God, I'm just having a blast, and everything was new and exciting. And when it becomes something that's no longer fun and exciting for you, that's where those walls start hitting, and you see a lot of the channels just drop off, because it's like, it's a whole nother job.
When I started, I was buying fragrances. So I was doing videos for like a month or two, and I was like checking out the new stuff I got. Then I started buying, instead of like one every 2 weeks, I was making orders of like 5 or 6 fragrances. Mm-hmm. So after like 2 months, I was like, I don't want to be doing like videos. And then I was like, I wasn't really enjoying it. I wasn't hating it, but I wasn't like enthusiastic about it. I was just like, whatever. So I did them for like 2 months and I stopped. Not because I was like, oh, I'm not getting views, or like, I didn't care about that stuff. I was just not enjoying the process of making them. I was more having fun, enjoying the process of wearing the new stuff I bought and going out, like, oh, let me see what reactions I get and so forth. And I stopped for like 2 months. And then I started again, because then once I had like enough of them, I wanted to talk about, my experiences wearing them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you get to recharge.
It has to be when you're feeling it.
Yeah, you have to step back, recharge, and then come back out again, and you're even better once you come back.
Well, I tell you what, and that goes, that's the honest truth. Because when I started back in like maybe like 6-7 years ago, it was a while back when I started. I think one of my first videos was like on like Penguin or something, like the original Penguin. And when I started, it was going well. I was doing stuff. I was doing stuff back then, like maybe 7 years ago, where I was actually going to TJ Maxx and Ross, and not Ross, well, TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because we don't have a Ross here, but TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Berlin Co factories, and I was actually doing challenges like that $10 challenge and see what I can come out the store with. And Steven Red Lessons, he actually mentioned on his page one day about it, like, yo, Sam goes out and do this challenge where he goes 10 takes 10 out, you know, and I was doing all those videos and I felt like I wasn't getting the views, and you know, it's kind of funny because when my viewership was going where and I see even to this day, if I do something from the Middle East, I get a high rate of people watching. Where if I just do something that's commercial, that's around that's commercialized, or like a Dior or Chanel, I get very little views. So all my Amarth stuff that I was doing was getting like 300-400 watches. Like, I mean, my Club Genuine Intense Man, that was like 13, 14,000, something like that. It was ridiculous. So I kind of got like discouraged and like, well, not discouraged, but more or less like, you know what, I'm not gonna put my time into it. I do it when I can. If I get people to watch, I watch. If I get subscribers, I get subscribers. And I was never been that one to try to buy subscribers and anything like that. Like,
Yeah,
I want my
organic.
you know what I'm saying?
This one, my Oud Touch. I did a review on Oud Touch. It's the other one of these, but a red bottle, like a brownish. This one's purple. That is like a fragrance that's not that popular. Nobody really talks about it. And that's my video that has the most views. It has like 1,000. All my other videos have like 200,
I just felt like I had to just do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't do it for yourself, you know what I'm saying, and not worry about how many views you get. I mean, you get more enjoyment out of it. But I actually had to because I had to take a break because I was upset with it. I just had so much other things going on that took precedence over the videos, and I was able to just get back to it when I can. You know what I'm saying? And always try to, like, you know, shoot a video out there and be like, listen, I'm still here. It's just this going on, and you know, just let the people know that subscribe and didn't back off of me, to know that, listen, I'm still around. I'm just, you know, there's life.
Or else you'll get a private message trying to figure out where the heck you went.
What happened? You know,
like
you know what? Let me say this before I forget, because you bring up a good point. There was a time where it was something going on. I think it was my son's last year in college, playing at Cincinnati, and I was doing some stuff, and I was going, you know, we was going away a lot. And one of the very first people that ever reached out to me was Russ. Russ actually sent me a personal message like, bro, I'm just checking on you, making sure you all good. Dude, that touched me, man, because, you know, there's not a lot of people cheap. Keith did it. Trey did it. I mean, these are people, Trey and Keith, they got my personal number. They call me, and I don't mind, you know, giving my personal number out, because a lot of times in my line of work, when the law enforcement, I try to reach out to the younger people and try to encourage them. My wife is a social worker, so we always try to help as much as we can. But when Russ texted me and was like, yo, everything's okay, I'm just checking on you, man, I haven't heard from you in a minute, so you good? That right there means a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because you know in this community, there's actually people that care about you. You understand? And that's big. So Russ, I thank you for that, bro.
I think
well, you had just dipped for like 2 weeks. I was just checking, making sure everything was okay with you. And he was putting out steady content and then just dropped off.
Yeah, what's his name? Did that to me too. Wisolano. Like, when I told you I was making videos for like 2 months, and I was like, and I stopped making them. And then he messaged me like a month later. He's like, hey, I saw you were like a new reviewer, like you were starting to do videos. He's like, how come you haven't done it anymore? And I was like, maybe I'll do some later. And then I think it was him that messaged me last time too. He's like, hey, now I noticing you're dropping videos all the time, like 2 or 3 a week, when you did like 1 every 2 weeks before. And I was like, yeah, because now I'm at home all day. Like, now I'm at home all the time.
Yeah, I think a big part is also enjoying the process and the growth of it. I mean, because right now it's like 600 subscribers or so. So I can interact with so many more. And regardless of the views, you know, just the interaction with the subs is really cool. You know, I have the ability to. I can't imagine, you know, someone like Robes, you know, Mark up there in Canada, or even Jensen's. They have so many subscribers. It's really hard to, I think, interact as much because you're just inundated, you know. And I enjoy that. Probably one of the best things about it. It's probably the only thing that's probably that, along with the interaction with the other content creators that I've met, that, like you said, we have personal phone numbers of, that we message on a regular basis. I mean, even like with Chad over a Gentleman's Journey, he video texts me, you know, from time to time on it when he's on his route and stuff. And it just, man, that stuff just means a world to me.
Yeah, I feel like Chad is one of the more approachable big YouTubers.
He's the realest dude, man. And listen.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love that stuff.
Chad was one of my very first like true friends in this game. Like me and Chad talk a lot. Like it was times where I was working in the jury lot where I was letting people in for jury duty, and Chad would just call me out of the blue, and me and him just sitting for like 2 or 3 hours. And a couple times where I forget somebody is at the gate actually waiting to get into the court's, and I'm like just sitting there talking to Chad, like, I gotta go, man. And then
go away.
Chad's a good dude, man, and just to see him, like even now, you got Robes, you got Keith, you got all these guys, Robes is big time in this game, man. And for him to just show love to us little guys,
what's
man.
your Facebook? What's your Facebook, Robes? So I could message you the link. Because if I put it on the chat, I don't think you can click on it. Let me try it.
I don't know, but Keith, Chad did the same thing. Keith's saying that over in the comments too about, it's becoming like a job. And Chad said it wasn't fun anymore. He had to step back. So I think everyone's it's a transitional step that we're all taking, or this travel, and we're all going to hit this wall. We're all going to have to take a step back, reassess everything,
Mark
and then
said
come
it
back.
best. It's about prioritizing, and we get it's hard, because you want to do well. I know everyone wants to do well, and one of the metrics is viewership, is subs. So it's hard not to sometimes look at that and be thinking, man, or like you said, I've done some lady fragrances, stuff to buy for your wife, stuff like that, and I thought I poured some pretty good effort into it, and then it's like nothing. But granted, the majority of and so it's like, and so that's kind of tough. But there's the guru.
Hey, what up, Mark?
Whoa, Mark, what's up, Mark?
What's going on?
Hey, your camera's acting crazy. Is it steady yet?
Sorry, I'm using my my cell phone.
Doing handheld.
Such an honor. The man.
I'm actually editing a video right now, and I was watching you guys, and I was doing the thumbnail, so while listening.
All right.
Now,
thumbnails.
Robes brings up another good point right there. When he does his videos and you see the edit cuts, you see the thumbnail is actually a thumbnail and not just a screenshot. I see a lot of conversation from younger, inexperienced people who are doing videos, and it's like they just have a screenshot. But if you take that extra time and you build the pop your cherry thumbnail, and the click-through rate for those thumbnails that you just built are way higher than a standard screenshot. And I think that's where we have to teach people about the importance of that, the importance of the tags on how people got to you. If you go on Google and you search something, are you in that first page of searches? And that comes from your tags and descriptions. And then your thumbnail is what actually makes someone click. They're like, that looks interesting. Let me click on it. And
well, it's a multitude of things. Thumbnail is one of them, but I think the number one thing is putting in your work. You can't anything in life, right? You have to put in your work. Someone that has a huge library of videos like myself and Steven, you're gonna get the clicks just because, well, you have the subscriber base, so you put in your work. But at the same time, you have a lot of videos, so that helps a lot. So yeah, the thumbnails, but put in work with your thumbnails and stuff like that. I'm a big advocate of doing things right. Take your time with it. So one of those things, take an extra 5-10 minutes and do a thumbnail. Editing is a little bit of a bitch, I'll tell you that. Editing's hell. Especially lately with me trying to keep up with these young pups, man. It's just, I remember I used to just shoot it with a camera and just like cut the back end, cut the front end, and put it on YouTube. It was that easy.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, and you can still do that, right? Like Joy Amin does it, right? And that's a huge example of just doing in the work and not really, he does a little bit with the thumbnails, but really all he does is put in the work. He just throws out content. But again, not a lot of people have that time, right? And that's one thing. You gotta balance yourself. You can't keep up with the Joneses with a lot of stuff, right? So yeah.
No,
Good times.
but being able to teach them the basics of like thumbnail, or like I've seen several of them start to share. Oh, well, this app on your phone is real good, and they're teaching each other how to make those thumbnails. That's going to be important come, as you progress. Now, like you have all these followers, and all of us have been subbed to you, and we always mention you guys, like you, Joy. I mean, we're mentioning you and Chad in different videos, so people are always going to tend to gravitate towards you, like even our subs, or they're already subbed to you. But there's a lot of new people coming out, just getting into fragrances that have never heard of you. So you get that bleed over because we are talking about you in several videos, and that's that momentum you're talking about. And you have this library that's just like, whoa, it's huge.
Yeah, correct.
And that's where the rest of us at one day would want to be at.
Yeah, and for you guys, the important part is that you guys have to, like you guys are doing now, right? You guys are helping each other out. That was one part that was important for me. Like I'm a lone ranger now. I don't really have anybody that I came in with left. You got the Stevens, that was, Stevens, my guy, Jack Dog, Al. Sorry?
He was after you though, correct?
Yeah, they were all after me. So I'm pretty much, like I said, I'm a lone ranger. So it's nice to have that communication and having you guys help each other out. It really helped me out when I first started. I had Tim Sweatkoff, I had Katie Puckrick, I had Cubby, which was a fellow Canadian. When I first came in, I had no idea what I was doing, but I had like Tim, Cubby, and Katie were the ones in front of me. They were available to me at all times and to help me grow. The one thing that I found out was I had a lane that I could utilize was niche fragrances and a lot of designer. I had a big collection. So it was really, I was looking at what wasn't, it was a different look, because there's a lot of fragrances that were popular, like Le Male, that didn't even have one review on YouTube. Imagine that. So for me, it was just the open canvas basically that I could paint. I was just looking at, okay, what did Tim and Cubby review? I'd kind of put those to the side and go, okay, so what did they not review? Le Male, boom, it's popular, throw it out there. 1 million, it was brand new, throw it out there. So I was kind of, thinking outside the box a little bit, top 10 seasonal fragrance reviews. I'm the one that started these damn top 10 lists in the fragrance community. Kind of regret it now, but
because everyone's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. But thinking outside the box, those type of things really stood out.
Yeah, I think Joy took that top 10 thing and ran with it. Like he ain't letting that thing go. Joy do a top 10 of everything.
Yep. Yeah.
Top 10 for when you got a hangnail. I would use.
Well, do you own Givenchy Gentleman Only?
I own the EDP, the black bottle.
Does the box come like this? With a sleeve?
That's the one I had.
Yes, it has had a sleeve. Yep.
Okay, so this is legit then?
You got the casual chic there. That's a unique bottle there. You better hold on to that one.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I wasn't sure about the sleeve. I didn't know if this was legit or not.
Yeah, they started. Yeah, that's one thing that's scary, right? Sleeves used to be a big no-go. That it would be fake. That would be like an easy spot. Like you'd get a Ventus bottle with a sleeve, and you'd be like, "What did I do here?" And a lot of these street vendors had those just to make it look legit, but it really actually made it super easy to see that it was fake. But no, Givenchy started doing that for some reason with their Gentleman series. So you're going to see a lot of them that came out with sleeves. And I also was kind of surprised when I first got my hands on a couple of those, and I was like, what's going on here? Sleeves? Is this the new thing? So they're kind of helping the fakies now.
Yeah. Downtown LA, man, you constantly they're walking around. You're like, man, $20, how cheap? Like that's a great deal, right? Then you take it home and it's not real.
Well, you know what? You might be surprised about prices of a lot of stuff too, because of what's going on with the world. You know what I'm saying? People just not going out and buying anything. People are holding on to their money and things like that. So deals that we'll see will probably pop up, you know.
Oh, there's going to be more than deals, though. When TJ Maxx opens back up, mark my words, you're going to see some high dollar stuff for super cheap come through there, because they got to clear out not only the fall and winter, but now the spring, because we're all locked down, and then they're already buying next year's stuff in the big stores. So you're going to see all that compiled into one massive clearance.
Yeah, I'm hitting the shirts and sweaters, man. If I get any good sweaters or t-shirts.
Yeah, George Zaharoff was talking about that in one of his streams, you know, because he knows a lot about the retail market, and he was, you know, how the market's buying a year in advance.
Yeah,
they always do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed with discounters is they brought up their prices. I noticed that because I always keep an eye on discounters. There's certain fragrances, you know, I'm always checking out stuff, and I'm like, okay, this fragrance is discontinued. Nobody really kind of knows, so I'm just keeping an eye on the pricing, because there's a little part once it starts getting discontinued and there's a lot of stock, the fragrance price starts going down, and then there's a sweet spot depending on the brand. So like a Victor and Rolf, let's say Spice Bomb Eau Fraiche, that's been recently discontinued. That one won't wiggle much. So it's going to be around, you know, for me, I'm Canadian, so I'll go with Canadian numbers, but you guys can figure that out. But the Spice Bomb doesn't move much. It's around $100, 120 to $120. So Eau Fraiche got discontinued, and now I'm looking at it. Okay, can I get it out? It won't move much. It'll go down to $100, and that's pretty much the sweet spot. After like 6 to 8 months from now, you're going to see a lot of discounters that don't have it in stock anymore. And now you're going to go on eBay and you're going to find them for 160, 170, 180. So I've noticed a lot of fragrance reviewers, once you get that knowledge up, that you know which ones are kind of getting hyped. Like right now, you can go on Google or on YouTube right now and see who's hyping up Spice Bomb Eau Fraiche, because they know it's discontinued. So they're kind of starting to hype already on it.
Hey, if you go to his question or his comment before that one, he talks about if Neiman Marcus files for bankruptcy, which he hears maybe within a month, it's going to be flooded with product. Now that comment right there is what really stood out in the comments right now.
I bought this at a discount.
So George, tell us what's the chances of finding some Versace shirts for like $60?
There we go. But see, this Hoover got through Gerald Royale. I bought this for like $50, right, on discounters. I bought 2 bottles. I bought one as a tester, and I bought this original bottle, right? And it was no more than like $60. I wind up. I was doing some spring cleaning, and I wind up dropping the tester bottle, which was out of the box, and it shattered everything. I almost cried, because this is one of my favorite. Like I said earlier, this is one of my favorite fragrances ever. I go back online. My wife says, you know what, babe, don't worry about it. We can go and buy another bottle. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. So I go online, look for another bottle, and the price went from that $50 mark to like $200 or better.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that don't make sense.
That happens, man. Yeah.
I had
right now.
You remember that
for
bottle?
Me, I'm
competitor.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, you guys remember that bottle of Nautica competitor that came like
competition? Looked like a scuba tank.
Yeah,
the yellow bottle.
I bought that back in high school for like $15, and I still had it there. I got through so many different bottles, buy new bottles, and I still had that bottle, and it was still like over halfway. And then when I got into the group, somebody told me it was worth some money, and they're like, "You don't want to sell it?" When I posted a picture of my collection, I had like 6 bottles at the time, and I was like, "How much you looking to? How much did you want to buy it for?" They're like, "Would you do 100?" And I was like, 100. I was like, I remember paying like $15 for this. I didn't know like fragrances went up and down. I didn't know about all that yet. I was like, sure. And I bought me like
there's a market up there. Yeah. Things like just as funny as like Abercrombie fragrances. They get discontinued, and they're people are looking for those because they wore them when they're teenagers. So they're paying $150, $200 for a bottle of like Fierce or whatever, some of the older stuff.
Nostalgia's a powerful thing, man.
Yeah,
man. Anyway, I should go back to editing, guys. I just wanted to say hi.
Hey, nice having you, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Whenever you want to let me know. Message me.
Go, Mark. When I was
you guys are all talking at the same time.
I'm sorry. I want to say one thing before you go.
Sure.
My son, I told you my son was playing ball up in Canada, playing pro ball for St. John's. Let me tell you something. The seafood up there, like you said, you said to me, make sure you have some seafood.
That's right.
Seafood was amazing.
I'm
telling you, my God. It's I don't know what it is about y'all seafood in Canada, but it was great.
Well, it's only on the East Coast.
Oh, God. Thanks,
once you go in the middle of the country, it's frozen stuff. So
yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Mark. For real, we do, man.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Mark,
Thank you.
What's your full name on Facebook?
Mark Robitaille.
Mark Robitaille. Okay, I'm gonna send you a request. So just keep in contact whenever you wanna hop on.
Yeah, sounds good. Keep up the good work, boys.
Yeah, be safe.
All right, Mark.
You too, brother.
Appreciate it. Nice having you here.
That was cool.
There's George telling you. Yeah, that was awesome.
Keep it flowing, keep it random.
Yeah, George was saying, I asked him in the comments, how long do they usually hold the fragrances in a store, such as Neiman Marcus and that? And he said they normally don't hold them, and if they don't sell, they're out. So if they have limited supply or limited room, I think once we all come out of this the other side, I think we're going to see that flood come.
What does that mean if they don't sell their out? They throw them away or they discount them or
No, they send them to discounters or if they have a buyback agreement, then they send them to, whoever, like say George, say he has a buyback, then he buys back whatever product that didn't sell.
Okay, yeah, like
no, I don't know if that's what George does.
Because TJ Maxx and Marshalls are like TJ Maxx and Marshalls are like the 99-cent stores, but with clothes and fragrances, right?
Right.
The 99-cent stores gets milk and stuff like that for super cheap when the market is over flooded with it,
right?
So they can make space for the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying
TJ Maxx is pretty sweet.
I like this comment here about the Versace shirts. I might mess around and go stop in Hollywood and check out the Versace stores just to see if I see
put them on discount.
But did you see the video that George? Did you see the video George did when he was in the Versace factory there? He was actually walking around showing all those shirts and everything. That was pretty dope. I was watching that because my crazy suits and stuff. I was like, I would wear that. I would wear that. I would wear that. Give me pick that one out.
Is it on his on Facebook or on his YouTube channel?
I want to say that one was on his Facebook page that he did that, but I don't remember. George, where did you end up putting that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was on YouTube, I don't think I saw it.
Oh man, maybe we can send George that link.
I'll get George on here.
Yeah, I put it on the chat. So if you want to click on it, George, go ahead. It's right there on the. Well, let me put it one more time.
Yeah, come on, George. You come ahead too.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Danielson, we were talking about pretty much the Corona coming out the other side. We were talking about smaller reviewers. We were talking about paying attention to our tags, our descriptions, our thumbnails. And now we're just kind of talking about after Corona. And once we're all released, what kind of sales would we be looking at?
Yeah, see, he's saying here he's seen them in
just
other stores.
I would say
a lot of crazy things are happening right now because of everything that's going on. So there's a lot of things that are outside the norm gonna be going down. And how you said, how you were talking about, it's gonna be it's not gonna be just with fragrances. We're probably gonna see this in all across the board. Like
so when George comes on, I want to address this because he said 3 weeks ago he saw his fragrance on sale. Apparently he doesn't have that buyback clause then, so they're allowed to put it into it. And with that being said, you may be able to see a Zaharoff in TJ Maxx. Now it'd probably be rare, but
those Nordstroms,
it'd be like a Creed.
Max, you might find that at a good deal. Definitely worth checking it out.
Yeah, because I picked up several.
I just tell
Several
people to try to be
creeds now.
Yeah, just be
What was
smart
that,
about
Sam?
what you buy. You don't want to buy. You don't want to be redundant and just waste your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart, man. Because again, a lot of these, no matter who you buy from, or as far as like the company or the house, they always use the same people, man. So just be smart about what you doing with your money. You know, don't buy,
Yeah.
and especially if you just in it just to smell good and you're taking our advice about what's smelling good. You don't want to buy the same fragrance. I mean, so be smart. Buy something that's different than what you already have. You know what I'm saying? Don't repeat
Yeah.
buy, you know.
Yeah, don't buy the same blue fragrance over and over and over and over.
Because all
12
the
versions of them.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You only want 5 or 6. You should need
Exactly.
2 blue ones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Try something different. That's a good advice, Sam. I mean, always try something different, maybe something out of your wheelhouse, especially if you already got so many of one kind. Hey, experiment, and you'd be surprised what you might find that you really, really fall in love with or like. And man, that's definitely, I would recommend that for sure.
Right,
Always.
because we all fell into that trap when we just, again, even as a collector, man, we buy all these fragrances and stuff like that, and I guarantee you could pick out just close your eyes and just pick out 10 or 20 fragrances, right? And I guarantee you maybe 15 of those are the same exact nose that's making those fragrances.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, again, I've been preaching this for years now about these houses using the same people. No matter what house it is, they use the same person. You know, so it's like, come on, like be more creative. There's a lot of people going to school for this stuff. Like, there's actually people out there going to school to be a nose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but they
perfumer.
never hear these guys. You never hear nothing about these young up and coming guys coming out and creating something for these houses. The houses use the same people.
Yeah.
Has a nice
The big houses.
Right. These one big house
Now,
has a nice
is there
somebody
any,
else.
like do you pay close attention to the creators, the perfumers?
Yeah,
Is there any new, like, some fresh blood that you've seen that's dropping some good hits?
No, and that's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I'm saying. There's, Sebastian, looking, feeling, smelling good or something like that. Sebastian.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone
He
knows
had a
him.
lady.
Sebastian.
He have a female in there every now and then, and she's actually going to school.
A perfumer. Yeah.
I love the way she describes fragrances.
Right, but what I'm saying is, when is she, who is she going to be who is she going to be doing this fragrances for? And are they looking for her? Because like I said, every time you hear something about a fragrance, even if it's something brand new, it's made by somebody that already did 30,000 fragrances. I mean, I understand making something or dealing with somebody that has a track record.
Yeah.
But you start making the same thing over and over and over again because they found that niche and they want to stick with that.
Later they ran out of ideas and they're just recycling. Yeah.
That's why Happy Land. That's why
like,
some of these indie houses are really good.
And that's from EJ.
Yeah, EJ
is dope. Like, EJ makes his own his fragrances. I don't consider as a clone. They're his ideas.
Oh no, yeah. By all means, he's definitely.
EJ is dope. I like EJ. I got a lot of his fragrances, and I'm wearing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually wearing them. That Blue Fire is dope. Like, I wear that. You know what I'm saying? But I only have like a 30 ml bottle, so I spray that maybe once or twice every month just to get through it. But it's he makes some good stuff, man. What is that right there?
Some man shit.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's it's fairly new. I think it was for TLTG reviews.
Yeah.
He made this one called Man Shit. It's actually, I think, what is it? Oh, you got it? It's Amberland maybe, or I don't know. It's supposed to be one of those, but man, it's talk about potent. It's
that one is Omeland, but it's got a twist to it. So I have an unboxing that I was supposed to do, Ben's supposed to do, that I haven't done yet. Man shit's in here. Just a surprise there.
Okay.
I just haven't done it yet.
He does some great stuff.
Yeah. I got Amberland, I got Homeland, and I got Man Shit. I reached out when I saw Ross do that, and I just wanted to support Ross and this little venture they were doing. So great little. I can't wait to open it and actually smell it. It's been hard, especially Amberland. I was real excited about. I was like,
I want to try that.
And it's just been sitting in my safe, just sitting here, and it's like, I gotta just shoot this video, and just work has been hammering me.
Yeah, I gotta get that sample pack. Whenever I get that sample pack, we'll do a specific episode just to talk about each fragrance and so forth.
Yeah, like I
favorites.
And genre have its own has a fragrance that they made of their own, right? Then you say the same thing, Noah?
Yeah, Voodoo and RAMC.
Ramsey, Voodoo, yep. Apples and Aces.
Something in the sky.
I think they have 5.
There's 5 or 6. Soprano,
Clouds
tenor,
in the Sky.
Clouds in the Sky, Soprano, tenor. You've got like 6 or 7.
Let me see. Hang on, I'll cheat.
And that Voodoo is that thing is dope.
Team Voodoo, baby. Team Voodoo.
Everybody's talking about Voodoo.
I heard somebody in the group say it's a play on the Terra del Mis or something, or similar to it. I never smelled either, so I don't know.
Similar to what?
To Terra del Hermes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll give you that vibe.
It does, I think, because of the.
But Ramsey, they also, because it has pineapple, compare it to.
Yeah, to Aventus.
To Aventus. I mean, everything out there right now, you could compare, to a summer freshie, to, something.
I think it's a lot brighter than. Yeah, I think Voodoo is a lot more brighter. Yeah, and this has a lot more. I think of a vetiver green type of thing.
Dirty.
The other one, it's a dirtier vetiver type of scent, whereas the Voodoo is a brighter, like a tart pineapple. It has a citrusy note in there. It's very tart, sharp, and it's just a gorgeous scent. I think. I mean, Voodoo is different. I like Terra del Hermes, all right, but I'm a Voodoo. I think Voodoo's just brighter. I think for the summertime it's just going to be.
Yeah, based on the way you described Voodoo, that one's one I'm waiting for him to do a sale, and hopefully when he puts them up, I have money that day, so I want to try that one out.
When he's going to put a sale that morning, wake up early.
I'm telling you, I always.
Yeah, I want to try that. You told me on the description, I was like, you know what? That's perfect for the weather I deal with. I was like, I need something like that in my arsenal. I mean, I have some stuff like that, but when I want to try out.
We need to do a live and get some of these creators, like a Kevin, like Devin, those guys from North.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever they want to hop on, if they ever want to hop on, we definitely could do that, and they can let us know.
I would love
Yeah, beast player too.
When I was telling you guys about like the lots, they were too strong for them. Now a lot of people say that, but when you're doing them, you could get a whole entire lot at one time, and then that's how you keep adding to your collection.
All right, I tell you what, if Noah, you or Russ find one of those lots like that, and you get something, let me know. And hey George, we'll make a way.
And tag in it. Okay, here's the originals. Here's the originals, and then I'll pass it down to George and let him jump back in. But it's Tenor, which I have a decant of. Soprano, I have a decant of. Voodoo, Ramsey, Apples and Aces, Above the Clouds, and then Essence. Those are the originals from genre.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, George?
What up? How you been holding up?
Okay, doing okay here.
Yeah, I know this quarantine thing has to affect you more than us because you're used to being flying back and forth everywhere.
I think that if everyone is healthy, that's the single most important thing. I think that they had planned on having all these. I think they said 200,000 deaths this week or something like that. So it's good that it isn't the case. So I'm okay if the world's okay,
Did I have your shirt?
Sometimes we just need to slow down.
It's PJs.
That's tight. I'd sport that.
I like it. I love it.
All right, George, I'm gonna ask you something that everybody's been wanting to know.
Do you guys see
That's slick.
Everybody's been asking George, what's the next fragrance gonna be? It's a freshie. I hear it's a freshie.
It's doing one dark, one fresh. It's I took all of the green. And so that's the dark. So it's all wood and it's absolutely incredible. I wear that now. I only wear that. So it's incredible. And then I added some pineapple and vetiver. And so the other one's going to be very light and fresh and more youthful.
Okay, okay, nice.
We'll see.
Yeah,
You
I can't
guys
wait
all
to
look
check
really
those out.
good. You're all doing okay?
Yes, sir. Doing excellent.
Working.
Now let me tell you guys were talking about, and I'll let you guys get back to what you guys were doing. But what's happening right now on the retail side is these stores, especially in clothing, they buy a year and a half out, and it runs like clockwork because you're talking about bazillions of dollars. So fashion is really clockwork. The beauty side of it is a little different because they'll be buying probably 8 to 6 months out, unless it's a big rollout of something, a big brand of Dior or Tom Ford. What we're seeing now, though, when the stores abruptly closed, they had winter, fall goods in the stores and spring one. And we're now in April. By the time they open, it'll be May, which should probably, by May, the end of May, you start looking at fall one in the stores. And so you have goods that are old in all of the stores, all over the malls, that when this opens, they're going to want to unload all of that product. And not only that, but so you had mentioned the Versace stores. They're owned by Kors. You're going to see all of them completely mark everything down to get rid of it. But they canceled February, March, April, May, June, July, August orders. So the Gap is planning till winter. They canceled till September, October. And so because of the excess inventory, so this is going to be a buyer's market. I also heard that the TJ Maxx companies, I think it's Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, they cannot take any more goods because what happens is that Nordstrom calls me up and says, George, those 5,000 suits that we were supposed to get over the summer, which is now linen, lightweight fabrics, we can't take it. I could do one of two things. I, meaning a company, it's not me, Zaharoff. I could say, listen, you guys did a PO a year and a half ago. Legally, you need to take it. And of course, they'll say, okay, you know what, George, that's fine. And then the next season, we're overbought. We can't bring your brand in anymore. So all these brands, these manufacturers, they're scrambling to say, where do we go and put this stuff? And so it's the Blue Fly, those things online that hot look, and that's an option. Another one is the TJ Maxx, and the other one is like the Off Fifth or going to the Rack. They're all full. So you're going to see a lot of excess inventory for quite a bit of time. It's very damaging to the economy. It's really not good. So going back to you guys now with the fragrances. So what happened was 4 weeks ago, I got like 20 texts saying your fragrance is marked down at Nordstrom. And I was half asleep. I'm like, well, WTF? They would call me and say, George, take back the product or we'll mark it down. So when I went on there, I'm looking at this, they had marked down all of the fragrances. Did you guys see that? Did you guys notice that about 4 weeks ago? All the fragrances were marked down.
At Nordstrom?
I haven't even gone to stores. I wasn't even know where they were open still.
Online. They were online. When the stores closed, the following Monday, the Tom Ford fragrances, everything in beauty,
wasn't everything 25% off?
It was 25% off, and Neiman's followed. Saks started with the gift card, but then they did the 25% off plus an additional 25 friends and family. And that's unheard of in 25 years. It's unheard of, which now gave me the impression that they were so heavy in inventory that they had to clear out as much as they can to get some cash to get liquidity. That's my take.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm gonna have to
And
check
so
out those websites, man. See
you
what they
should.
got
Well,
out there.
I think that they're saying that Neiman's has a huge debt payment. I think they've been wanting to file bankruptcy. I think this is a great time for Neiman's to use that as an excuse or to leverage itself. They say that that Saks
So they
might
don't
be
have to pay back
interested in
that debt.
taking Neiman's. I'm sorry.
So they don't have to pay back that debt.
That's right. And Amazon has been dying to get into the luxury market, and none of the luxury brands will work with Amazon. It might be a good thing for Neiman's for Amazon to buy Neiman's. So there's a lot of chatter going on. So we'll see what happens.
So there's a good opportunity for someone to strike and buy out the business.
It could be. It depends. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a risk.
This is unprecedented, and the people that are going to suffer the most, because remember when Barney's went bankrupt, Barney's had these very special small niche brands, and when they filed bankruptcy, these families did not get paid.
Oh.
Because it's bankrupt, it's bankruptcy, and so now you have Neiman's. If Neiman's files bankruptcy, where are all these products going to go? I'm sorry.
That's a heavy hit. That's big time.
Yeah, and so it'll be for the consumer. I think it's going to be really good. I think that fragrance. I've always said this, and Russell and I, we've met, we've had dinner, and I said that you guys are the future of this business. There's no doubt in my mind. I was lurking. I'm hearing you while I'm doing things, and I just think that you guys are the future of fragrance, of the men's fragrance category. And I think that there's going to be huge opportunity for you guys coming up.
Wow.
Well, George, I'm gonna say this on behalf on my part. I never, in the 7 years doing reviews, I never seen a person like yourself that actually got so close to many of us. You know what I mean? And I'm saying us, and I sent you a message earlier today through Facebook Messenger, but I never seen a person of your status so close to little guys like us that's just want to share what the little bit of knowledge that we have about, one, a fragrance house that's really good, and two, a person that's really the person that's behind it, that's a good person and has a good soul, because that goes a long way. If a person that's behind a fragrance has the mentality to do well and to make sure that everybody is well, because one of the first things you said, even jumping on here, was, "Are all you guys doing well?" That's a great soul. That's a great soul, and that means that you put a lot into your product, and you also want to make sure that everybody is happy with your product. So you're going to reach out to people, and I appreciate that about you, man, because I mean, I've been hearing so much stuff about your fragrance. I've been hearing so much and seeing you so many places, live with the little guys like us. Like, I mean, we're small fries, so somebody said a long time, but I really do appreciate about that with you, man. It's really good. I really appreciate you.
And just to jump in before you take over, George, I'm going to get Mr. Cheapson's comment here. And not only you're a good guy, you have everything, but you also dress fly as heck, even when you sleep. Look at you.
You know what? I just want to give a little bit of. First of all, thank you very much for that. I have to tell you, I'm a little scared, because I feel like you put yourself out there. That's for me personally. When I look at you guys, the biggest trees start with a small little seed. Yep. And so I don't see you guys as I don't know, but I never did. I look at you guys as little energies that have the potential to do great things. And the only person that I've met of this group has been Russ. And Russell knows. I've said to Russell, I go, you guys have so much power. And when I see the, you know, like the little, you know, he's got 100 and you don't, and I'm like, you guys don't understand that in New York, because I've said in those meetings, they're looking at. That's why I'm saying you guys are the future, because these fragrance companies are looking, they're talking in these boardrooms, and they'll say there's a lot of money in marketing of fragrances and beauty. And shut me up. If you guys see George, we could talk about it another time. I just want to, they're in these boardrooms and they say, okay, we got $100 million in marketing. You know, people don't read newspapers anymore. They don't look at magazines. We could do a little bit of online. We could, you know, give some money here, but we've got these influencers, and, you know, you guys are micro influencers, your group right now. And so I go to you and I say, here, Titan Fragrance, can you do me a favor? Here is, you know, I've got this budget. Here you go. And then all of a sudden, I have Kelly telling me, if you work with Titan, all 5 of my group can't work with you. And then it becomes, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? You know, I don't want this shit. I want it to be professional, where, not me, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, that's true though. That's the opposite. That's unprofessional. It's the opposite of putting person. How do you call it? You're letting your personal emotions take over.
And it's the clicks. You can call it what it is. It's certain clicks, and they don't want to work outside of their clicks if you're not inside that group.
Sometimes it's just jealousy. I see some people just don't want to talk to someone else because they got more subscribers or something.
But it's like, and you know, I've heard it from different people. It's high school, like a high school playground thing, because even when businesses, when you have your own business, that's why you see the Chamber of Commerce at the smallest level have business owners come together and talk to each other, because you need to survive. And I just wish that your community could see that together we could be powerful and we could do some really great things. There's this hang up of free bottles, and guys, I love everybody, but when I hear it, it gets into my skin that you guys don't realize that, not you guys, just in general, that how is any small brand gonna come in? It was almost 900 launches last year, 900 men's fragrances. How am I gonna call you up, hey Kelly, you know what, can you spend $150 on my, you know, you'll be like, who are you? And so that's all. And I'll respond to you. I'll check out the messages.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's cheaper than like a commercial or something. You all gotta like work with each other, and some people see it as a bad thing. They're like, oh, how can you do that? Like,
that's right. And we talk, you know, when you're in these meetings, they'll say, oh, you know what, Robert Graham tried this, it really didn't work out. And, you know, Burberry, we had an issue with that. And you try to fix things and do things better, because it's all about survival. You have bills to pay, you have rents to pay, it's collectively coming together to do something greater, not to destroy another person. And that was the first thing. I came into the picture and I look at things objectively, like, oh, blah, 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 there's no way. And all of a sudden it became gossip. And that was, I had to learn my lesson with that one. So.
Well, I mean, in this community, I mean, you have a small few that, you know, that keeps up the kind of drama and stuff like that. And you know, I honestly don't feel like it's serious or real. And the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes smart people, when they find out they have a niche, they stick with it. You understand what I'm saying?
No, explain, please.
Well, okay. So you got a few people. So if you have something that you're really good at, and nobody else is in that lane, you stay in that lane because it's actually beneficial to you. Where if you do something outside of that, and you do something that's actually with the grain and with everybody else, and you're not getting the looks that you're supposed to, or you think that you have, you kind of feel disappointed and want to pull back from it.
I feel like you're speaking in tongues, and I need you to really. I think I know what you're saying, but I need.
All right. So if a person is on there hating, and you don't have a lot of haters on there, and they find a niche, and they actually getting the viewerships to watch them hating on other reviewers, they're gonna stay in that lane.
They're gonna keep doing it.
Exactly.
They're gonna keep hating because people they like drama are gonna keep watching, so they're gonna keep making more videos of doing the same.
There's nobody else actually doing that. There's nobody else actually doing like going at individual reviewers other than one person.
Well, have you ever gone onto the beauty side, the makeup side, and stuff like that? Have you guys ever done that?
Yeah, it's like the video games. There's a lot of bashing.
Yes, but this group started 6 years ago, and there's a lot to that, but they're a big chunk of a group of them have become multi-millionaires. They started their own brands. They did it right. Some of them didn't, and they crashed and burned. And then what came up was a whole group of these drama channels that have millions of subscribers. And it's, I think drama comes with it, but you guys within these groups, just think your peers, you guys, I see in the future. I see you guys having your own products. I see you guys having your own fragrances. I see you guys. I really see a really big future for you guys, especially when as these department stores shut down and close. That's what I see. And I
think we're going to see a big shift into like online, a lot more online here pretty soon.
And it's you guys that are going to be the powerful ones. Mark my words. Mark my words. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, George. Always a pleasure.
We got to pick your.
Appreciate you. Enjoy them silk pajamas too. All right. Enjoy them silk pajamas.
That's what I'm saying. If you see them on sale, send me the link to those.
Oh yeah.
I need them on clearance.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, George.
Sure, it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay, and then Carlos joined, and he was wanting to say hello from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. He's in the house now.
Good old Carlos.
I'm trying to keep up with all the comments over on the side, and like Keith was saying,
this is one special day, man. This is one special day.
Yeah, hey, that was a lot of. We were talking earlier about you were saying something about.
I'll be right back, guys.
Over and over, and that's
about what?
Like going from the book world, from collecting books, with Marvel and DC, there would be the two big companies, right? And you get these writers, it's the same ones. They're working with Marvel and they're working with DC, so you start seeing the same stories repeat themselves, and you're like, so you stop looking for the company or the character, and you start looking for the creators' names. You're like, is there some new blood, some new names out there that I want to
fresh?
Yeah, I'm not on that level as on fragrances. I'm not on that level of being knowledgeable yet to know what creators create, what style of fragrance and stuff like that. Yeah, but I feel like I'm barely starting to recognize a few of the names come up multiple times on my fragrances. I'm like, hey, this is the same one. This person that made this one made this other one. Like I'm barely.
Olivia Chris.
Yeah, I'm barely starting to get into that and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right though. So I'd be interested once I have more fragrances to kind of see what one creator does. Like, let me check out all his other ones I have from this guy. Let me check out the ones I have from this person, just to see how they both tackle a night fragrance, how they both tackle a winter fragrance. Just see what notes they use often and stuff like that. Like you kind of start seeing their styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, but I'm barely starting to get there. So then you could start shopping based on the create and the perfumer rather than the brand.
Yeah, I just want to go back on something I was, we were just talking about with George when I was saying about how, a person finds it, they stick with it. I don't believe, I don't think there's nothing wrong with doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Like if that's what makes you happy and that's get your viewerships, by all means, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But
give me 1 second. I got to run out to my car because I'm down to 5%, and I'm gonna have to plug in, or else I'm gonna lose this. You three keep going, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, I definitely see what you're saying, where people can stay and ultimately, I think everyone just needs to be themselves.
Right.
You know,
right.
you stay in the stay
Yeah.
doing, because you try to.
I know.
It's okay to branch and do different things, but I mean, you got to still be you. You know, you can't. I can't be Cuba. I'm not Cuba. He does Cuba better than anyone else does Cuba, but I can't be him. I can't be Mega Dave. Mega Dave does his thing, you know,
Right.
and I love watching both, you know. So just don't try to. I don't think you should.
Yeah, a big part of watching the channels is for the personality of the person
Yeah.
itself, not the.
I mean,
not
I
even about the fragrance.
watch all of them. I watch Cuba. I watch Dog Man. I watch Aston with Jensen. I watch my man Keith, Trey, J Rock. I watch you, Noah. I watch. I mean, whenever I get a chance to watch, I watch. Especially if I'm in the kitchen. I'm doing stuff in the kitchen. I'll pop it. Thing. I have it on my Bluetooth speaker, and I'm blasting it. My wife yelling at me in the living room. Telling me, you know what I'm saying? So I watch everybody, man. And look, I got genuine love for each and every one of them. Even like I said, my man Dog Man, he goes at everybody. And you know what? That's his lane. That's his lane. And we need people like Dog Man in his lane, because for one, he brings something different than everybody's gonna bring something different. So you have your story, Jay got his story.
He has their style.
Yeah, it's just if that's how you want to do it, and you think you need to go and just check everybody in the fragrance game, by all means, do what you got to do, man. I'm happy with I'm going to watch regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's funny. It's another form of entertainment for me.
Yeah, at the end of the day, YouTube is entertainment. That's what it's there for.
I mean, I've been watching Carlos. I've been watching Carlos forever. Like Carlos, I've been trying to hook up with him because he's only an hour and a half away from me. I mean, I'm in Connecticut. He's in New York. So every time I go to New York, I always mean to try to hook up, but it's like, you know, it's never been the right time. I mean, but now I try to stay out. You know, so
he always had the hottest co-host too.
What? Man, listen, I'm staying away. That's the only reason why I would stay away. I ain't getting in no trouble, man. You see this? Hey.
Oh, I know. Mine's downstairs. She ain't gonna. I hope she ain't watching me.
You can't be wearing no blue fragrances.
Carlos will get you in trouble.
She wants you wearing the most animalic food available.
Yeah. Secretions magnifique.
Yeah, well, Carlos is one of the OGs in the game too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been around forever.
Yeah. BFL's been there for. I'm kind of newer to the fragrance community, but I know that's one of the bigger channels that's been around a while. I was the first time. I've been on like a year on in the fragrance group, and for like the first half of the year, like 5 months, I was against subscribing to any channels, watching very minimal fragrance videos. I didn't want to do any of that. I was like, I don't want to watch the videos. I don't want to subscribe to anybody. I just want to do reviews of the fragrances. But as time passed, I wanted to start meeting people and stuff like that and talking to other reviewers and so forth. But at first, I didn't want to do any of that because I just talked to maybe 5 or 6 people, and I wanted to keep it like with just a few people because I didn't want to be influenced by other people's opinions, and I didn't want to be influenced by other people's like I didn't want to buy a fragrance just because everybody else is buying it, or I didn't want to hate a channel because everybody else hates it, or like, you know, I wanted to have like my own opinions on things. I didn't want to let that stuff influence me, so I was like against just really being in the too active in the groups. But I little by little I started giving away from that and being like, you know what, let me talk to people more and conversate and subscribe to more channels. Now I'm subscribed to like probably over 100 fragrance review channels. Before I was just like 10, like the main 10 like that I spoke to.
Yeah, I think I was opposite of you. I went and joined every group, and I was doing scent of the day posts, and I was just all over the place on everyone's site. And then I ended up meeting James, and James was like, "Hey, you want to come, you know, have a bit?" And it was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And so that's how I kind of got brought into this side of it. But it was, I was all over, and I was just trying to get with everyone.
Now, Russ, do you and James live in the same town?
Do we what? Same town? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
We actually met. we met because of genre. I was actually searching videos on 1821. I was doing a research on it, and he put up a 1821 video, and part of that was a voodoo giveaway for a bottle. And that's how I was actually introduced to the house, because I won. And so if y'all know me at all, it's like I didn't just get one bottle. I like got 12 bottles of stuff, and it was like, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember games from Outlaw Frags when I first started. Like, kind of, I knew, I think, Mark from Mousy Fragrance, and who else? There was, I think, there was like 2 or 3 people I was talking to. Oh yeah, I think Noah was one of the first person I talked to when the first day I joined the group was Mark and Noah on the Facebook group on Jensen's. So then, like a few days later, Stefan Fragrance messaged me. That's when I started being like a little more active in the groups. He messaged me, and he and then I through him I met James and Miami Cuddles.
Oh yeah.
So then I kind of started like, live through them. Then I started being introduced to other people and so forth.
Yeah, James, when he realized that I run the Lawton Animal Welfare on Facebook, he got on there, and then he saw that I had a YouTube, and he said, "Man, I didn't know you put out that many videos." So I've been doing it for so long now on that animal side, and he was like, "You want to come over here and do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And it like in the beginning, I explained, fragrances actually became a break for me. It was I was under so much stress, and that was actually fun again. I found something that was just fun, and it was exciting again. It gave me that oomph to get through that summer.
On those like animal shelters and stuff like that. Are you in any? Is there like communities for it, like on Facebook and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is called Lawton Animal Welfare. I think I'm only 40 away from hitting 13,000, so I should hit that probably by the end of the week, which the growth is on that.
Like in the book groups and the novel groups and stuff like that, a lot of girls, and you would think it's like older ladies, but it's like young girls. They like buying like a lot of cats or rescuing or whatever, so they have like 10 at home just because they didn't want them see them die or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on the animal welfare side and on the rescue side, it's mostly females. It's all comprised of females mostly, very dominant. If you look at my statistics, I would say 90+% are all females, 10% of males in this. So they're very. So Russ, when you're making content, you have to like steer it towards your audience. So you have to understand what your audience is. Go ahead.
Definitely. So Russ, I got a very, very important question for you. Have you watched Tiger King?
No. I've already had memes made of me here locally with a blonde thing, so I'm not going to watch it. My sister even called me and said, "Hey, you're in Oklahoma. Did you ever meet that guy?" No, I never met him. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, have you seen that commercial? I think it's a beer commercial. They're usually geared towards guys during sports and stuff like that. And I recently saw one where it was during like a soap opera or something, and the girl shows up, kicks off her shoes, sits down on the sofa and pops a cold one, and I was like, what the like, it's like so the opposite of what you expect from the beer commercials, because their audience is men. So this was like geared towards women, and I was wondering if it's because we have no sports right now.
I had a conversation about the loss of sports and the things that people are starting to go into and pay more attention to, because really sports breaks us into tribes. If you go all the way back in time, we were all in separate tribes, right? And sports actually keeps that. Like, I'm going to say Detroit Red Wings. And so everyone's going to take their hockey team and spit out which hockey team. And, you got the Dallas Stars, you got San Jose Sharks, you're going to put yourself in that camp. And now that we don't have that, I think that's why you're seeing a lot of clashes online, because they just don't have something to root for anymore. Does that make sense? Like
sports is different.
What are you going to pay attention to?
Tribal mentality, for sure.
That's funny, because before we went on live, I was actually, and I still got the window up, I was actually watching my son's game with they was playing UCLA. I was actually rewatching that game, the UCLA game, and it's just we miss it, man. It's like it's nothing like sports, man. I mean, it's nothing like it.
Yeah, my son. I was just talking to him because he's into basketball real big. So he's been watching old finals. I guess that's what they show on NBA channel or whatever like that. Because you don't have anything recent, so just watching the classic stuff like that. Which I had already told him. I said, hey man, you find some great games back in the day. You're gonna.
Oh yeah, basketball players of today's era would be scared to play in the Jordan era. The way they
were rough
and clothesline each other.
Hey. No layup rule. That's what it was called. It called the no layup rule.
If Shaq played right now, he destroyed these guys.
Have you guys seen like the Puppy Bowl?
Too physical.
And it's kind of like the Bud Bowl, but with animals. I was thinking, what if we like start a thing where I've got like Happy Land first genre and something that they can root for one or the other and put something like that together. It's like have my own little series. So you can root for one team or another.
Like a bracket.
Yeah, I think people get that with fragrances too. Where like maybe a brand you really like one fragrance that made you a fan of that brand, then they drop a dud, but you don't want to say it's a dud because that's your brand. You're already rooting for them.
You're already invested.
Yeah, you're already like, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, there's got to be something. I watched, I swear it was like 20 minutes of marble racing. I think, but it could be real. But you're watching these marbles and they broadcasted it like it was a NASCAR race or a horse race. And they took the lead and it's, and they gave them each names. It was funny. It was like, oh my God, this is what the world's coming to. We are just craving this so much right now that I think it would be fun. Yeah, Carlos says that he loves the Puppy Bowl. We need something like that to come up and take the place of all the sports right now. And I think someone will invent something.
You guys ever watch
Sunday
Survivor?
No, which one?
Survivor.
What? Two of you were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Survivor, like in an island, and every episode one person gets knocked out, one gets voted out. Or Bachelor. I used to watch those shows too, just for and every episode one girl gets voted out, just for the competition aspect, like to root for. You pick one girl, like I want her to win, or you pick one of the actors on the Survivor show, like I want this person to take it. And it's kind of like a sport in a way too. I like anything with competition. It gives me that like, who's gonna be gone today,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to come up with something. Someone will. And that'll be that channel that blows up. It'll go from 0 all the way up through the stratosphere of.
Well, I know on Sunday, ESPN is running this. It's a tournament, and it's like horse. So all the NBA stars are a lot of NBA stars are in it, and they're doing like horse from their house, and ESPN is actually broadcasting it, which is kind of cool. I mean, get somebody, get people with something else to watch. I mean, because right now, you got either regular cable or Netflix, and regular cable is gonna run everything that they've been running for years, and then Netflix.
I'm surprised that's not going to be pay on demand type thing, so they could get some of that revenue back. Pay per view.
I think they don't want to charge. They don't want to charge the American people nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like people, you got people out of jobs, man. You want some type of sanity. You don't want people to go crazy, So got to give them something, man. Got to give them something.
Are you not entertained?
You guys saw that what was trending from WrestleMania just happened last weekend? Since it was the only sporting event that's been going on, they wrestled with no fans. No fans were there. So what?
Yeah, they were 2 days.
Did you see what happened with that match? They were making since everything was pre-recorded, it wasn't live wrestling matches. They got this director to pre-record everything, and what he did is he tried to make it like a movie. So a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. So it's been trending on Twitter. Like they're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" Like he's making the wrestlers like blow up, drive off cars, and do like an action movie, like throw grenades and all this other crap. People are like, "What the hell?"
I haven't seen that.
I mean, I go back, man.
Now you're gonna have me.
It's called a firefight match. Everybody was like, "What the hell is this?" Like it's like a movie. It's not a wrestling match. And some people were like that. They thought it was creative, and a lot of people hated it. Like the purists, they were like, "Nah, like no."
Yeah, you can't be phony with the real true wrestling fans. When I go back to like Ricky Steamboat and Dusty Rhodes and all them other dudes, you know what I'm saying? I know Noah
Coco Beware.
Coco be wearing the old school guys, you know what I'm saying? So
What really got me into wrestling as a kid was
I was watching Monday, and one of the guys went up on a turnbuckle and he stood up like he was gesturing to the crowd, and it's like, man, we know there's nobody in the arena, so what are you doing? Like, you up there looking at the crowd like there's nobody there. Like, who are you doing it?
Yeah.
Can they CGI them in there?
Right. Man, right? They should do that. They should do it.
Yeah, it looks so weird because they're yelling at the crowd and then they're trying to feed off the crowd and there's nobody in the arena. It's empty. So it looks weird. It's like an empty locker room. Like it came off very like eerie to me.
I think they should just CGI them in.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad too, since they did all those explosions with grenades and race cars. They might as well should have put fans on there.
Well, listen, before I go, because I got to go to work. I got to go to work at 2 a.m. Eastern.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we've been on about 2 hours right now.
Here's the fragrance that don't get talked about much.
Guerlain, man, they make some good stuff.
All right, this is Guerlain Homme. This is the intense version. This is discontinued. This is the old version. I have the new one as well, but this old version, I never got a compliment from a female police officer before in my life until I wore this. She's into fragrances, and she was like, listen, whatever you wearing, do not bring that around here no more because it smells too good.
I'm gonna break out the cuffs on you.
This is one of the best smelling boozy scents ever on the market. It's like true gin and I mean, it's amazing how good this.
Hey, so female cops, let me ask you a question. When I was a teenager, I used to be kind of, I get in trouble and stuff. And I noticed they used to, when they would stop you, they used to love making fun of if you're with a girl, like a girlfriend or something, they used to love making fun of your girlfriend and try to bash you like your did they ever do that, Sam? You ever seen them when they stop somebody, when they stop teenagers or something?
And they bash the boyfriend or the girlfriend?
The boyfriend and make fun of your girlfriend and stuff like what are you doing with this guy? Does he even wear it? Like, they try to make you look bad in front of a girl.
Nah, most of the female officers around here, they rough around the collar, man. They ain't playing no nonsense.
I noticed that over here too. When I was a teenager, they used to always that always happened. Like when they'll stop you, that's the first thing they'll tell the girl I'll be with. Like, why are you even hanging out with him? Does he even work? When I was like 17, 16, they'll be like, does he like he's a good guy? Like I'll be like, oh, like they're just trying to make it look bad.
I'll put you like this. I was training so the job I got to go to is a part-time job that I work for. It's for a newspaper. It's for our main newspaper here in the state of Connecticut. And I do that part-time. I'm like one of the managers there. But then I go to my full-time job, which is in the law enforcement arena, where I'm a some areas call it a bailiff, some call it a sheriff. Well, yeah, that's what I am here. So one morning I was out and I was training somebody, and he was in the car behind the person I was training was in the car behind me, and the female had stopped him. So when she stopped him, me being the person I am, I'm like, if you're not stopping him for something that, reasonable, then let the guy go. Stop wasting people's time. Like, what I'm saying? There's other important stuff that you could be doing other than stopping somebody from actually doing his job. So when she stopped him, she says to him, we got calls that a car is pulling into driveways and robbing. I'm like, okay, so listen, he have his hazard lights on. I'm sure there's not a person that's doing a robbery driving around robbing people's houses with their high hazard lights on. That doesn't make sense to me. I said that to her.
That's funny.
You know what? She was like, you know what? You're right. You guys have a good day. Carry on. Then she come back 2 minutes later. She says, hold on. I just ran his license, and this fool don't got no license. I says, fuck it, take him to jail. If you know with him, like,
can't help him, brother,
man. Like, you, I mean, come on, man. Like, are you serious? You told us you were straight, and now you don't have no license. Come on, man. So
now you're gonna make you look bad after being the good guy.
Anyway, I had to let the brother go, and you know, it is what it is, man. He still talks to this day, but it's just a funny situation. Some of these female cops, they just as rough as the guy.
I know. Yeah, I know that once you I think they like to mess with the youth a little too, because once you're like 20, 22, they kind of leave you alone already. They see you going to work and like doing stuff.
I put you like sometimes we are our own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there shouldn't be nobody outside at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what? And you in your teens or early 20s, like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you outside doing? There's nothing good that's happening. Hoping exactly. So yeah, we are our own worst enemy, especially as a culture in the African American culture. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. In the Hispanic culture, we are our own worst enemy, and we have to try to learn how to tell that and not do the wrong thing and do the right thing. Be smart about it.
We don't know. With age. It comes with age, because a lot of times you think like, oh, they're just picking on you and this and that, and as you get older, you start seeing the new youth. And you think, what are they doing? Like,
you know what? It comes with teaching too. Like, I mean, you know, to be honest with you, there's a lot of single parent homes out there, and you know, my mom and my dad split when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I spent summers up here in Connecticut. I mean, winters in Connecticut, and then in the summers I go down and spend time with my dad in South Carolina. So, you know, there's a lot of that going on. But I just had the mindset when I met the right. I used to get in trouble too. I was an asshole. I met my wife, and my wife was like, listen, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we got a family. Everything's on the up and up. Everything's good. Like, it's just teaching. So what I try to do is, and what every parent's supposed to do is make sure your kids do better than you did when you was young. That's a parent's job. Like, we supposed to teach our kids how to be better than us. Like, if I didn't go to college, I damn sure want my kids to go to college. And then when they have kids, I'm pretty sure my kids gonna want their kids to go to get their masters or their doctorates. You know what I'm saying? So it's about teaching, and a lot of us don't have that, man. It's too bad. But hopefully one day, man, with everything that's going on, you know, people start to brighten up and start to understand. Like, listen, there's things that we can do and can't do. But the one thing
it comes with age, though. I remember
getting out of Detroit.
Yeah, I used to like
getting out of Detroit. You got 3 ways. You can either die, go to jail, or join the military. That was pretty much how we got out of the inner city of Detroit. And I took the military route, went that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember when I was young, like I'll have the radio on, and you know, the neighbors will be like, stop with the loud music and the hanging out, and you're like, man, these grumpy old people. Now I'm that old guy that's telling the neighbors, like, if you don't lower that music, I'm calling the cops. Like,
turn that music down.
Hey, before we get off here, I just want to tell Sam there, you know, be careful out there. I know you're dealing with a lot of people. You know, be safe. You know, I appreciate everything you do.
You know the sad thing about this, Noah, is like, you know, and I've been working in law enforcement for 12 years now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times what happens is I got that leeway where we let a lot of the younger guys that comes on to do the work. Like, I'm off for almost a month now. So I worked all last week, so I won't go back to work for like another month or so. But a lot of times, a lot of the safety comes with the knowledge or the materials that we have. I mean, we have everything we're supposed to have as a normal law enforcement. We have vests, we have everything. Yeah. The one thing that we're missing though in this particular instance is mask, glove. I mean, we have gloves, but we don't have masks. The people at the front door that's letting these people into the courthouse, my marshals, my fellow marshal, because I'm a union steward, so I have to advocate for a lot of these guys. And a lot of things we don't have is
people. You should be some of the first ones getting those.
We're the first line of defense. When they coming through the doors, of people coming in and they coughing, guess what they coughing on? They coughing on that marshal that they see that's securing the building and allowing that person to go in there safely. So we was missing a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying our best. We're trying to practice social distancing and things like that. But it's hard because everybody other than the marshals, we come in contact with the prisoners, we come in contact with the general public, the lawyers, the prosecutors, the judges. They do everything by video or behind screens. But the little guys like us, exposed to a lot of stuff. You understand? So it's tough, and
you're more contact than everybody else.
We're the first person to contact people. We're like Walmart greeters. When you go into a Walmart, that person saying good morning, that's pretty much like who we are. Other than being the security and the first person to secure the judges and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm just praying that the guys that's working this week and the following couple of weeks before I get back to work, that they stay safe. When I left last Friday, I told my supervisor, which me and him we've been working together for the longest, because when he have an issue with somebody, he has to come to me, and then we sit down with a meeting, we try to rectify the problem. But the thing that I did when we worked last week, and I worked with him every day last week, me and him was the last person to leave the building. And I said to him, listen, this might be the last time I see you. You understand? Because no one knows what's going on with this thing, man. So it's crazy, man. You know, and then my daughter, my wife works in the medical field. So it's like we on edge every day. You know what I'm saying? My wife gets it the worst because she's a social worker. So she's dealing with people's problems. She's dealing with the family. And, you know, she has to be that middle person when that loved one is not able to see their kids. Because you got to remember, this thing making people die without family around them. They're dying alone. You understand? It's a scary thing. You know, and people are scared to die because it's not the fact that they're dying. It's the fact that they're dying alone. Yeah. So it's that. So a lot of times when I leave, my wife, my kids, my co-workers, I tell them I love them, man, because for 12 years, we've been putting this thing together. Yeah. And now we don't know when the next time we're going to see each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell George, I tell Carlos and Keith and you guys, man, I appreciate you guys, because for a lot of years, man, we've been watching each other. We've been supporting each other from afar, even if it's just in the comment. Yeah. We got to keep that going, man, because you don't know. You just don't know. You got to pray every day, man.
Yes, sir. Pray. Yes, sir. I do appreciate all you guys. Thank you for all the love that y'all have given to me, all the support. So I want y'all to be blessed, be safe.
And no, you're a prior military, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a steward like he is. I'm a lineman for our electrical company here in Houston. Okay. And
that's what my son does.
We got really good friends down in Houston. So when all this clears, me and my wife is going to Houston. That's when
you come down. I'll buy you dinner.
I'm definitely hitting you up, because when I go to Dallas once a year.
Okay.
And I need to go down that strip too. I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, I saw you.
Grateful for you guys.
On a Facebook picture, Sam, a long time ago. You were in a football game with, what's that channel's name? With Israel? With
Israel. With Israel.
Cents.
Dollars and cents.
Dollars and cents.
Yeah, but I didn't know you had a channel.
Yeah, when I go to Dallas, the first person when we touch down, I call Iz to come to the hotel, and we hang out the entire time. We be down there for 3 to 4 days. Israel is with us the whole time.
Sweet.
Cool.
He seems like a really cool dude.
I found out about your channel because of him. Yeah. Because of pictures and stuff he would post, and I saw one where you were there. Yeah. Then I started following some of your comments, and it was or somebody else brought you up, and I was like, that's the guy that was on the picture with Israel. So then I found out, I think Keith brought you up on a video, and I was like, that's the same guy that was on Israel's picture. Then I found out you had a channel.
I've been around for a long time, man. I just, again, I might not look like it, man, but I'm 49, man, about to knock on that door.
You're looking young.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. It's a trick to that, though. It's a trick to it. It's
what
called
skincare products you use, Sam? What skincare products?
Nah, it's called eating now laters and Chico sticks.
All right. No, I'm getting to that
And
level.
he's already shared that on his page a couple times now. Yeah.
Chicken sticks, man. You'll be all right.
I'm honestly looking into right now that George was also talking about beauty products. I'm looking into getting some type of wrinkle creams. I was like, you know what, I'm getting at that age where I'm already, you know, I could see them, and I'm like, you know what, let me try to slow down this process. And I know they're kind of expensive. All
that
type of creams are not cheap. Yeah, but I'm gonna look into it. I go, if I'm spending all this money on fragrances, I might as well go ahead and add that to an order, you know.
Whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah, well,
You
maybe
might be on
Fragrance Net, because Fragrance Net company sent me those little samples of cream, and I just started thinking, like, are they trying to tell me something? So now I'm like looking at myself, and I'm like, you know what, I should order some of these. They send me these. They keep sending me these. They don't send them to you guys?
Use them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna order some, but
use every one of them.
I'm gonna see what's out there.
Well, listen, I gotta take off. I want to thank George, Carlos, Trey, Keith, Mark, everybody,
Mark.
man. This was.
I'd like to thank everybody that was on tune, man. This was a good one. It was good today. We got some good stuff. We got a few people hop on randomly too. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so, it was a good one, and yeah, we've been going over 2 hours already. So I think it's been on long enough. This was a fun one. I'd like to thank everybody that joined, and hopefully next week we do it again next Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. Hopefully we hop on again, guys. You guys want to leave while you're in the comment section? Leave your links to your channels, or I'll try to do it. And if I find out how, I'll get the links to your channels and I'll put them in the description. So if you guys watch this video, check the description, and hopefully their links will be right there. If not, they'll post in the comment section and just click on their icon.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, people. It's been real. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.